March Madness. That's right. That was in February, and now we're in March. And what did the equity markets do today? Bam, boom, down hard. How come? Because the Fed had. The economy is strong and blah, 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 blah. No, it's not that strong. Manufacturing is getting really weak. You know, the whole export around the world is going down. Germany's that far from into recession. The whole thing is slowing down globally. Protests going on all over the world. Big one in France today, and this is just the beginning of it. Over in Israel, week after week. No, this thing's going down big and hard. You better prepare for March Madness. Oh, gold took a big hit today, too, down over 30. What does it mean? Where is it going? So this is very serious. Now the bet, it's almost 67% of the street is betting that the Fed's going to raise interest rates 50 basis points. All of those variable rate loans, interest rates going up. Oh, new loan applications for homes. It's only at a 28-year low. Is there going to be a housing crash? How about the office building bust? We've been talking about this only going on for 3 years, and now it's finally making the headline news. We are in for the worst socioeconomic and geopolitical crisis in modern history. And then we have Janet Yellen, who back in April of 2021 said, no, this inflation isn't real. Now she's saying the recession isn't real. So if they're spewing out the same garbage, we should swallow it. Because after all, they've been totally wrong before, so they must be right now. Or else they were lying about it. Because everybody knew inflation was real. But they wanted to keep those zero interest rate policies so they could keep the equity markets going up. What did they pump in? $6.3 trillion, the government? They're doing everything they can to do it. The market should have crashed back in 2020. It should have been over. The businesses have been destroyed. Hey, let's not talk about office occupancy rates in America. They're only around 40%. Cities like in New York, 35%. Oh, all those businesses, the dry cleaners, and the shoe repair, oh, the hairdressers, oh, happy hours, all gone. Oh, and now I'm renting, let's say I have 8 stories of a building. My people don't want to commute an hour and a half anymore on the LIE. You know, they hated it, going an hour and a half back and forth. I'll work from home 3 days a week, great. I'll save on rent. This is for real. Office occupancy rates in New York City, in Chicago, in San Francisco, they're in the toilet. And it's not only the office building bust. Business travel is nothing compared to what it used to be. We're Zooming. I don't want to send you over to, California. Yeah, get on a Zoom over here. I don't want to waste my money. No, you're not going to Paris. So now all those hotels, convention centers, and all those things that depended on heavy business travel, going down big time. The crisis that we're facing now is unprecedented. Unprecedented. The countless trillions of dollars that they've pumped into the economies around the world. Around the world. You're going to see, it's the new world disorder. You're looking at the emerging markets. Why is the dollar strong? The dollar's strong because all the other ones are so weak. Again, listen to the crap that's spewed out of the mouths of the central bankers. And now the European Union aggressively raised interest rates from minus 0.50 basis points to 0 interest rates. What, are you kidding me? What do they got? An 8.6% inflation rate? Oh, and the IMF I mentioned before? If you borrow money from the IMF, they tell you to raise your interest rates 1% above inflation, which means that our interest rates should be what? 10.1%? Europe should be 9.6%. Oh, look at the data coming out of Germany. Oh, the biggest, richest country, down, everything down, everything down. So they're saying now they're going to let inflation go over 2%, and they made up that 2% number in 2012. But they're going to start raising it at some point because investors plow money into TIPS vehicles. Funds that hold inflation-protected bonds are enjoying their longest streak of inflows in more than a decade as investors grid themselves for an increase in consumer prices as the U.S. economy recovers. European banks plan to slash business travel, bodes ill for airline recovery hopes. This is out of Financial Times. I'm mentioning this because commercial real estate sectors like New York, the big cities, conventions, trade shows, people traveling back and forth, there's going to be a lot less travel. Business travel is the most lucrative way airlines make money. That's where they make the dough, not on tourism travel. And now this thing's going to go down. If anybody doesn't see what's going on, you better grow up. This is a takeover of our freedom like you cannot imagine, because we've never seen this in our living history. In the past, this has happened. We are facing the greatest socioeconomic and geopolitical crisis in human history. We only warned about this in the Trends Journal. When people lose everything and have nothing left to lose, they lose it. We only warned about the office building bust only 3 years ago. This thing is out of control. Oh, by the way, over there in Portland, Libchard, Oregon, the Walmarts are closing down. You know why? Because crime is going up. People are robbing shit everywhere. This did not happen before COVID, but nobody's talking about this. See what shoppers are doing and where this thing is going to go? Millennials, they're only about $4 trillion in debt, and it's going to get a lot worse. The average mortgage rate now, they're going up as high as over 7%. What does that mean? And again, top trend 2023, office building bust. You know what else is happening? Major retailers are leaving the big cities because of the crime rate, and they're going to the burbs.